Ladies, I know, we all want dresses with pockets, but trust me, you will never have pockets as large and resplendent as those of the girl gang, the 40 Elephants. Hello, I'm Sinead from the Poisoner's Cabinet podcast. The 40 Elephants formed in the Elephant and Castle area of London in the mid-1800s. There are thoughts that they could have gone all the way back to the 1700s, but they operated up until the 1950s. Their job? Stealing. Sure, they started off with the old trick that female thieves had played for years, dress up as a housemaid and break into the fancy houses of London and just pilfer all the stuff. But these ladies had far grander plans. This was much more their vibe. The gang were predominantly thieves and con artists, but they looked good, they threw lavish parties, and they only stole the very best from the very best department stores. The women were famous for targeting luxury and fancy goods stores and clearing them out of all of their products. How did they do this? Well, first of all, they looked like the sort of customers the department stores wanted to serve. They could operate in gangs of two. One woman dressed up as a fine lady with money to spend, and another girl would pose as her housemaid, who would be coming along and assisting her. The women would request to see the finest samples that the shop had on offer, be that furs, jewellery, dresses, shoes. The stores were only too happy to serve them and gave them a degree of privacy because these were fine young ladies they were dealing with. They sewed huge pockets into their outfits, enabling them to smuggle all manner of goods out of shops and properties that they went to visit. In fact, it's sort of been debated over the years whether the name, the 40 Elephants, really did come from their territory, the Elephant and Castle, or whether it was because the huge pockets under their skirts resembled elephant ears. Or was it just the way they walked out of those department stores, absolutely laden with goods in all sorts of places, making them stagger about a little like an elephant? The gang had rules. They couldn't wear or use any of the products they stole. They had to be sold on immediately. There was also no drinking or partying the night before a raid happened. You had to have your wits about you. But with the proceeds, they could throw fabulous parties, entertain people, including any young gentleman who was interested in stepping out with a lady and could be easily blackmailed and also his wallet taken. Into the 1910s and 1920s, they came under the leadership of Alice Diamond, later known as Diamond Annie. She was a ruthless, talented leader. She didn't mind getting her hands dirty. She was said to have knuckle dusters, but she also dressed the part completely. The gang would show up in beautiful limousines, wearing the finest fashion to a department store, and basically clear it out within an hour. You can listen to the full story of the 40 Elephants on episode 188 of our podcast. And what do you keep in your pockets? Actually, the history of pockets as a garment, quite interesting. Quite interesting. Girls weren't allowed them for a while. I think that's why we're so proud when we do actually have them in a dress.